Hello, all. Good day and Happy New Year. It's Scott with MSM Adventures. I just wanted to come to you today and wish you well and give you an update on the new cargo trailer that we started. This will be, I think, video 3. So, just wanted to give you a quick update, give you a video where it is insulated, and before the walls go up, show you what electrical I've done, and just kind of give you a sense of where we're at and what's going on. So, come on with me and let's go check it out. I'll turn you around and we'll walk out to the trailer together. All right, just a little side note. I was going to back the trailer into the backyard, which would have put the door all the way around the outside. And kind of at the last minute before snow came, I was able to pull it into the backyard so that my garage door and my cargo trailer door are real close to each other. So that's just something to think about if you're doing this where you're going to be running in and out all the time. And trust me, if you're working from a garage or a separate shop where you're not doing the build in the trailer, you're going to be in and out a lot. So all right, here it is. Without further ado, it has turned pink inside. So we've got the Owens Corning 1-inch pink foam insulation on the side walls and the 1.5 up top, because that's what my the beams had allowed. So all of the studs are 1 by 1.5 inch aluminum, but on the ceiling they're turned sideways, and on the walls they're the flat way. So 1.5 up top and 1 on the walls, and boy does it make a difference already. I can tell. I'll pan over here, and I've got just a little electric heater that I've been using. And sorry, the electrical looks super rude and crude right now. I promise it does make a little bit of sense. I'll show you a little bit what I've done here. I've got my power unit here. So this is the converter where I've got 110 and 12 volt going into there and coming out. And I've got the inverter mounted on the back here. I'll show you a little bit what's going on. Sorry for the camera angle. All I did was mount this on a little project board just so I had something to mount it to, just to test the electrical. So everything is roughed in. The electrical does work, and I just wanted to make sure I did that before I insulated it into the walls. But obviously it's not in place yet or anything. So this is in the V-nose. I've got just a rough kind of layout of in 2x2s of what the base of the cabinets will be. So I'm going to have the battery bank underneath with some of the electrical, some cooling fans and things at the very bottom, and then build it up into some drawers and cabinets. And then this is just hanging on the wall, but up in the middle we'll have the little it's a 12 volt with some switches for the lights and things like that, for the outside lights. And then I have a dimmer switch wired in for the puck lights that will be installed. I only had put 1 in just to test the circuit, but there'll be probably 16 puck lights total on a dimmer. So I think that'll be plenty of light. So I left the door open to try to get a little bit more light in here. I noticed after the pink insulation went up, it got a lot darker in here. I just had 2 little shop lights, and while it was shiny aluminum, it was very bright in here. But now that the insulation's in here, it's gotten a lot darker, but the bonus is it's gotten quieter and it stays warmer. So all I have left to do on the insulation is just where I've kind of done some rough cutouts for electrical and some things. I'll fill those back up with some other pieces of foam just to try to fill it the best I can. I'm not going for super airtight, but I do want it as insulated as best I can. So just kind of give you a rundown of what I've done if you're thinking of ideas of what kind of outlets you're going to do. So this one with the pest repeller in it is a 110 wired in here. Next to it I've got a 12 volt just with a regular socket. And then up front I have another 12 volt, and this is actually for my RC radio controlled airplanes charger and things like that. So I've got that wired up on a separate circuit. And then I have 2 plugs that are going to the inverter. So that one that I'm planning to use for the TV, and then the one on the far left here will both be wired right to the inverter. So I'll have kind of all options for power in the front. For whether I'm on shore power, I'll have AC, plus be charging the batteries. I'll have inverter power for the things that aren't on 12 volt that I'll need. And then I have 12 volt sockets. And also built into this panel that's going to, so this panel will actually mount kind of right in the middle underneath the TV. And that also has USB plugs. So, and then over coming across to the back, this will be the driver's side of the trailer. I also, sorry, there's kind of some bright shop lights here, but I've also done a 110 outlet on the bottom and a 12 volt. Those are 4 USB plugs there. So and I also kind of made, let me go up here where it's not so bright and obnoxious. You'll notice these boxes are kind of weird. I haven't secured them in yet or anything, but it's just stainless plates that I cut a hole for the outlets. And then I just made a box to make it a little bit deeper, because a lot of the 12 volt outlets are require more space, because all these other blue boxes are just the extra shallow, so they only take up like an inch or less, which is perfect for the trailer. But so I needed a little bit more space for the 12 volt outlets, so I think that'll work nice, and I'll just probably end up painting them and finishing them as we progress here. And then I disconnected all the DC just so I could get the insulation in. So that's why it's just kind of taped up to the walls right now, just to keep it out of the way. So I ran a light line for all the puck lights that's going to go kind of all across the back, and this cavity here in the corner, I'll do a trim at the end that kind of covers all my lighting or wiring that goes back. And then say I've just got it stuck up there with with some Gorilla Tape. Obviously I love Gorilla Tape, but it works pretty good for something like this where you need to just move things around. And again, the wiring for the lights and the wiring for the fan and the air conditioner, I've already run those wires and measured them out, kind of roughly. So I've got those ready to go. So it is progressing along. I think, I think for having it for about a month, I think we're maybe a little less than a month. I think we're doing pretty good. Just kind of taking my time, and also thinking about, the layout that I had planned is changing a little bit. Just kind of every day some new idea pops in your head, so that part's fun. But still, the main gist of it, front end there will be a cabinet, probably a TV in the middle. And then up top, I will do some sort of custom Vino cabinets there. And then they'll be hard to visualize here, but where I've got the refrigerator sitting, right in that area, will probably be where the bathroom with the cassette toilet is in it. I'm not going to go too fancy, no shower, but I do want to at least have a cassette toilet for Meadow and Mandy, the M's of the MSM Adventures. And when you go, to Boondockers Welcome or Harvest Host or something like that, they want you to have obviously contained toilet facilities. So that way you're kind of covered there. You don't need anybody else's facilities. You're just can sustain life on your own for a couple of days. So then, in the back, there will be windows. Probably one, they're 20 by 30 on each side. And all this insulation so far has been I've made it so it just press fits in. There is glue for this insulation. But right now I don't see the need for it, since it's going to be completely sandwiched between, and it's fitting nice and tightly in there. So once the plywood walls go up, it's going to be, or the engineered walls, the wood walls are going up, it should lock in there. If anybody knows why I should glue them, or if anybody thinks I should glue them in addition to what I've done, please let me know, because I'm curious if there's a reason that I'm missing of why I should put glue on them. So, and I may use glue when there's a few spots that I have to fill and put in. I may use some adhesive there, but because I did buy some of the foam insulation adhesive, I just didn't really see the need to use it. So, like I say, I may be missing something though. So let me know if I am. And if you see anything along the way, please leave a comment. and or question, or I am totally open to respectful feedback. If you have something that you see that I should do differently, and you've already done this and you have a better way, I'm interested to know. So, but anyway, so I think that about wraps it up. We've got this is a dimmer, a glass plate dimmer that seems to work pretty well. And now it's time to probably put some walls up, at least up in the V-nose. We're going to put some walls so that I can start building the front cabinets and get that kind of situated. That way I can get the rest of the electrical situated too. So thank you so much. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers. I want to do a shout out to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. YouTube tells me less than 1% of you that are watching, and certainly less than 1% of you that are watching to this point in the video are subscribers. So if you like what you see, you want to follow the build, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. We are growing as a channel, having a lot of fun with it. And almost seems like that should be like on the outside of the trailer instead of the inside. I love the Pink Panther. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Happy New Year, and we'll catch up with you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Woo.